Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is March 23rd, 2021. How's everybody doing out there today? Hoping that everyone is having a terrific Tuesday thus far. Hoping that, this video finds you in good health, good spirits, good energy throughout the core of your body. And I hope that, we are under self-control and everything else that allows us to be grateful, thankful, and appreciative for another day of life. But anyway, guys, today, first, let me go ahead and say again to my subscribers, I always got to give you guys a shout out and a big hand because you guys are, what brings me back every single day. So first, first off, every time before we get into the video or to the show, we're always going to acknowledge everyone that listens to the DRich Show. Whether you listen to me on BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you might listen to me across the airways. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. So, again, you guys bring me back to this platform every single day because it gives me a platform to speak freely, openly, honestly about things that, I see here in the world, not only across the globe, but, with cryptocurrency, digital assets, and things like that too. And I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk to you on a day-to-day basis. So thank you. Anyway, guys, today is the 23rd. As you know, 2021, and I don't really go into personal stuff, but sometimes when things are reminded of, it's always necessary to express them to people that are listening, so that maybe you can learn something from what happened 9 years ago today. For me, most people don't know too much about personal stuff about me, which is going to probably, you guys will figure it out eventually as I get more expressive. But 9 years ago today was a Friday, and it was 9 years ago today that my divorce was finalized from my first wife. Okay. And it was absolutely necessary for the finalization of those paperworks to be signed for this particular day. And it was the last minute, the last hour that I was waiting for the judge to sign the paperwork. And lo and behold, it happened. And I held out faith, I held out hope and trust that it would get taken care of that day because it was absolutely important. And tomorrow, if you guys are here, I'll share with you why it was important and absolutely needed and necessary for that to occur. So stick by to tomorrow's video, and I'll go ahead and share, what happened. But it also goes to show that when you have trust and faith in something greater than yourself, and you believe in things that you really can't see, there's other things I believe in the universe that moves. And for me, God is my higher power, and that's what I believe in. I won't get too much into all of that because this is not what that's about. But when you put your faith in something, you can move a lot of things into position just by putting that frequency out there in the universe. So 9 years ago, things really, really begin to change for me. And we'll share with you tomorrow what actually happened. And I don't want to call it a miracle, but you know what? There was some sort of intervention in some capacity that took place. So anyway, guys, let's get right up into the video. I don't want to bore you with, my life, my personal bullshit. But you know what? Hopefully we can learn a lesson from it with faith, trust, and always persevering through anything. Anyway, we'll get right into the coin market cap. Bitcoin's dominance is still at 59.8%. Ethereum has dropped down to 11.4, as Bitcoin is trading at $54,675 there, and Ethereum is at 1683.90. And we also have Binance Coin, $254.58. Cardano, $1.11. Polkadot, $34.71. And XRP, trending on the line of 55 cents, 54.9. Excuse me. And Uniswap is there at $30.85, down 12.10%. And look at Theta. Woof. Theta's in the top 10 now and pushed some people around. Said it's not going to take it anymore. Up 22.4% over the last 24 hours. $12.71. I believe it touched $13 and something. So congratulations to all of you Theta holders and Theta Fuel and things like that. So anyway, Theta is doing some numbers, and I'm happy to say that that is in my portfolio, as I mentioned yesterday, and probably a couple times before. Litecoin is rounding out the top 10 at $184.63. And if you guys are a chain link or link Marines, you got bullied around and got pushed out of the top 10, which is okay. I mean, one thing I've learned about Chainlink is that you never underestimate Chainlink, period. Because there's been times where I wasn't so sure, and then, something just happened where I had to be sure. But anyway, $27.04, and Bitcoin Cash right there, 517, and Stellar is dropping to number 14. But anyway, guys, look, you got the market. It's red. It has buying opportunities written all over it. VeChain down 13%. You got Filecoin, which is up, which is doing magnificent for me. You got IOTA, which is also doing magnificent for me as well. But guys, you guys got to do your homework, got to do your due diligence. Make sure you guys are writing down the numbers that you want to accumulate. Make that a goal, whether it be something you can get to short range or short term, but always have a short term goal, intermediary goals as well as long term goals in regards to your accumulation and what you want to accumulate, how fast you think you want to accumulate it, and things like that. So again, do your own due diligence. Okay, look into all of the things that I've talked about here on this channel before. And as you can see, that Theta Fuel right there is at 44 cents, almost 45 cents, up 10%. So you got a combo there, jumping off the rails. So I hold both of those. You can still get Theta Fuel under $1, $2 for $1. Good buying opportunity. So again, the market is red. I think that I'll be surfing around in there. I got a couple $100 that I might throw around. But first thing is first. We just want to make sure we take care of all of our responsibilities. Personally, our basic needs need to be met first, and all of the other things. As a family person, with children and things like that, I got to take care of the family first. The household needs are important. So, those things, I always want to bring up and bring to your attention, so that you guys are, paying, some attention to it and not just neglecting it for cryptocurrency's sake. Cryptocurrency, again, it's a new asset class. We're early. There's still opportunity. There's going to be a ton of opportunity. And the cool thing about it is that we actually get to cherry pick from all of the different assets before, the scammers come in with different stupid stuff trying to scam people. So we get a chance to, know what's what and kind of, navigate through the market before anything else happens. So Again, we're early, but we're not late either. And I don't think a lot of people will be late. I think that, again, some of the things that we'll go over today in today's video, we'll be talking about some of the things Jerome Powell talked about, and then we're also going to talk about, um, you know, digital currencies being a threat to the central banks, which it was an article that was written yesterday. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Jerome Powell, this is from Al Jazeera. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, highly volatile. Powell's so crypto warning on Bitcoin. And I'll go over this real quickly. The U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman warned that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were not really useful as a store of value, but added that the central bank itself is studying the possible costs and benefits of a digital dollar. Well, guys, we all have been knowing that they want to create a CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency, a stable currency where it has, stability, where you can't really have any growth from it. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said on Monday that the United States public needs to understand the risk behind Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, even as the central bank itself is studying the potential costs and benefits of a digital dollar. Powell also said that the Fed prefers to call crypto coins crypto assets because their volatility undermines the ability to store value, which is a basic function of a currency. Well, can't really say that because the dollar is toast. Okay? The dollar is not storing any freaking value. So anyway, I don't want to get it off track. They're highly volatile. See Bitcoin and therefore not really useful as a store of value, Powell said in remarks to a virtual summit hosted by the Bank for International Settlements. They're more of an asset for speculation. So they're also not particularly in use as a means of payment. It's essentially a substitute for gold rather than for the dollar. Interesting. It's essentially a substitute, It's essentially a substitute for gold rather than for the dollar. So, guys, again, if he's putting down Bitcoin, I don't know if that's optics to tell you the truth. I can't say. But you know what? The gold will end their system because, again, a lot of these banks do not hold gold on their balance sheet. Anyway, Bitcoin has soared nearly tenfold in value compared with a year ago, hovering around $57,000 on Monday. That is up from $58.30 in March 2020. It is often seen as a hedge against inflation, and inflation fears have risen as the Fed has kept in short-term benchmark interest rate pegged near zero for the past year. And the Fed is also injecting $120 billion into the banking system each month by purchasing treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. While Bitcoin is really used in transactions that can change, electric car maker Tesla last month said that it was buying 1.5 billion of Bitcoin and would soon accept Bitcoin for payment for its cars. And then Powell also says that they're not in the mode of trying to make a decision at this point, and that they are experimenting with the technology. But Powell added that given the dollar's critical role as the world's leading reserve currency, the Fed has an obligation to be on the cutting edge of understanding the costs and benefits of a central bank digital currency, or a CBDC. Now, guys, if you guys have been reading the news, China and Russia have both decided to talk about dumping the dollar. It has been in the news, so go ahead and check that out. So, guys, we're being told one thing and told another thing, so you got to kind of, read between the smoke and mirrors. The continuance of what these guys are doing, it's the same banter back and forth that we've all heard the same jargon over and over again. And then Powell further states that there are risks and benefits to digital currencies. The Fed chair said the benefits include a more efficient, more inclusive payment system, while the risks involve cyber attacks, money laundering, and terrorist financing. Again, those are their talking points. Everyone has this talking point. Are there cyber attacks? Yes. The Federal Reserve just got hacked. And is there money laundering with cash? Absolutely. And is there terrorist finances with cash? I'll let you decide, okay? I won't get too much up into that. So these talking points are, baseless, with no merit. And, it's their speculation. They're projecting that onto cryptocurrency because they want to damage the reputation or the idea of it, so others won't get involved to a point where they are successful. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into this next article. This is from the Financial Post, and the title is "The Fire Has Been Lit. U.S. Federal Reserve Push for Digital Dollars Worries Wall Street." What are you guys worried about? You guys are Wall Street. You guys are the big boys, right? See, now there's a new class, and these boys are not ready to compete with young people who are technologically savvy when it comes to digital currencies, creating digital currencies or digital assets. But anyway, let's get right up into this article. A digital currency could fundamentally change the way Americans use money, leading some financial firms to lobby the Fed and Congress to slow down its creation. Why? Why do you want to slow this down? This was written March 22nd, 2021, which was yesterday, and the financial services industry braced for what could be its biggest disruption in decades. Is about to get an early glimpse at the Federal Reserve's work on a new digital currency. Wall Street is not thrilled. Banks, credit cards, companies, and digital payments processors are nervously watching the push to create an electronic alternative to the paper bills Americans carry in their wallets, or what some call a digital dollar and others call a Fed coin. We're not going to call it that. We're going to call it probably XRP. As soon as July, officials at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which have been developing prototypes for a digital dollar platform, plan to unveil their research, said James Cunha, who leads the project for the Boston Fed. A digital currency could fundamentally change the way Americans use money, leading to some financial firms to lobby the Feds and Congress to slow down its creation, or at least ensure that they're not cut out. So you mean to tell me that you've been cutting everybody else out and now you don't want to be cut out? It makes no sense. But anyway, that's just what it is. It's real life truth. Seeing the threat to their profits, the bank's main trade group has told Congress a digital dollar isn't needed, while payment companies like Visa Inc. and MasterCard Inc. are trying to work with central banks to make sure the new currencies can be used on their networks. So, as we know, MasterCard, Visa, they're separate. They have nothing to do with the banks. They run their own program. And what happens here, the central banks are getting nervous. That means their time is almost up. Everyone is afraid that you can just disrupt all of this incumbent players with a whole new form of payment, said Michael Del Grosso, who is an analyst for Compass Point Research and Trading LLC. Lawmakers, U.S. Treasury Department officials, and the Fed haven't yet approved the rollout of a U.S. virtual currency, which could still be years away. Nor have they decided how the digital dollar would interact with the existing global payments network, Still, the U.S. and other countries seem committed enough to digitizing their currencies that is making financial industry executives nervous. Everyone is afraid that you can just disrupt the incumbent players. And the fire has been lit, said John Lipsky, who has helped convene government officials from the U.S. and other countries working on digital currencies as director of the Geoeconomic Center at Atlantic Council. The world is moving very quickly on these projects. At issues are forms of digital cash being considered by the U.S. and other governments, the growing popularity of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies, whose market value has grown more than $1 trillion US dollars, inspired these projects. Unlike those privately created tokens, the new currencies would be issued by central banks as an alternative to paper bills. Cash wouldn't go away, but its use would likely decline. I'll let you guys read the rest of this, okay? You guys know what we're headed to. When you start reading articles like this, these people are really nervous, and, they need to be disrupted. Everything else has been digitized. Everything else is digital. So why not? So why not disrupt the banks? Why not put the money back into the hands of the people and allow the people to create their own currency, whether it be, one global currency, reserve currency, which would probably be gold and XRP attached to one another. But I do also believe that there's other currencies or other assets that will be attached to precious metals, which will ultimately be like iridium, palladium, copper, silver, you name it. Maybe even diamonds, perhaps. I don't know, but I do believe when you have a basket of currencies backed by precious metals, you then have the opportunity for growth monetarily as the new system is implemented. And again, on this channel, we've talked about the parallel economy that's being built and created. And again, sometimes we might not like, certain positions or certain people in positions, but maybe some of these people are put in position to do these things because it would be pushback if another person was in position to try to put these things in place. And it would be more reluctance, it would be more pushback, and it wouldn't move as fast as it should. So, again, sometimes I have to even, consider that myself when it comes to this new administration and how they're working, and what I do kind of understand and know about, some of the research I've done regarding these people. So again, I have to also temper my expectations or my feelings when it comes to trying to see beyond the smoke and mirrors, so that I can actually keep my eye on the prize. I'll give you guys one analogy. I'm a former football player. I played football many years, and I was a linebacker. I was a defensive end, or defensive lineman, whatever you want to call it. The number one thing I was taught, okay, as a interior lineman, defensive lineman, keep your eye on the ball. Okay, don't make any mistakes. Don't penalize the team by not watching the ball, jumping off sides. Okay, same thing with this. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the prize. Even as a linebacker, you had your initial keys. You would also have to keep not only your eyes on the ball, but you also have to monitor those guards. The guards would most likely tell you or dictate, the flow of the offense and where the ball would actually go. So your read and reaction has to be very fluid and quick and very precise. And the same with this cryptocurrency investing period. You have to see past the smoke and mirrors and the bullshit that they try to put out to you to talk you out of your wealth. Do the opposite of what they say. Have trust and faith in yourself. Stay committed to your goals. Okay? And I have to tell myself the same thing, guys. I'm the same way. I have to tell myself the same thing because sometimes I'll get in my head. And we all do. We're all guilty of it. But, when you express that to other people, it allows them to know that you're not you're not alone in some of the way you think. So, with experience, we'll get it, and we'll mature, we'll develop, and if you stick with it, you have to commit to learning every single day in order for things to get better. And again, I like this term or this phrase. In order for things to change, you have to change. So anyway, guys, I'll leave you guys with that for today. Again, have a great rest of your day. Have a terrific Tuesday. Have a terrific evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the universe, whether you be in, China, Africa, Australia, South America, Mexico, United States, Canada, Alaska, wherever you may be in the world. I hope that, if I didn't name your country, I apologize. But wherever you may be, I hope that you guys are doing well. Have a great rest of your time. Enjoy family, enjoy life, enjoy yourself, and give yourself more credit. Believe in yourself, and take it to the next level. Anyway, guys, we'll talk with you tomorrow, Wednesday, and again, we'll share more detail about why the 24th and the 23rd had a significant role to play in my life that allowed me to move forward and transition from certain things to opportunity. Anyway, guys, God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.